Russia's economy is still working. Yep, Russia may have been on the receiving end of 1 million sanctions, predominantly from the West, but its economy still somehow works. Why is this? And how much work is the word working doing in this sentence? Well, comment a Russian flag below because you've clicked on the right video. Welcome to How is Russia's Economy Still Growing? Okay, we're starting with a disclaimer. You see, Russian economic data has been criticized since it started its invasion of Ukraine. So understand that we're working with what we've got. Nice. So to check Russia's economic performance, we need to look at two areas: GDP and trade. First, let's start with GDP. According to official figures from Russia, its economy contracted by 2.1% in 2022, with steep declines in both exports and imports. Not great data. And for 2023, the IMF forecasts Russia to grow by 0.7%. Not much, but this would be impressive considering everything that is happening to the Russian economy right now. But let's remind ourselves that GDP comprises government expenditure, and within government expenditure we find a nation's military budget. Makes sense, right? Well, you see, the increase in Russian government expenditure, and particularly military expenditure, has supported Russia's GDP figures. Between 2021 and 2022, the military budget increased by 9.2%, with the vast majority of this money being spent internally. That's a total of $86.4 billion being spent on the Russian military. Not pocket change at all. And it's helped reduce how steep Russia's GDP contraction was in 2022. But anyway, in addition to this increased government expenditure, Russia has also benefited greatly from the spike in global energy prices in 2022, linking us to our second area: trade. I mean, just look at the oil and natural gas prices. Urals oil hit $110 a barrel, and natural gas prices quadrupled. These crazy factors meant that despite Europe and the USA phasing in sanctions to reduce imports of energy, Russia's current account looked like this, hitting a surplus of 10.3% of GDP. But as you probably saw with some of this data, things have begun to change. Natural gas and oil prices have fallen steeply, and Russia now has effectively no partners in Europe. So, what is happening? Russia's economy is suffering. The 0.7% growth forecast for 2023 by the IMF needs context added to it. Because Russia's economy is not sluggish, it's just being pulled in two different directions at the same time. At one end, we have a government increasing government expenditure and utilizing an available war chest to boost consumption to support the economy. And on the other end, we are seeing an automotive industry that slumped to its lowest level of car production since Soviet times, over 30 years ago. That's a 67% fall in production of an industry regarded well for the industrial prowess of a country. In fact, Russia produced 610 motor vehicles of all kinds in 2022, ranking only 21st globally. But anyway, car production aside, Russia's next step has been to massively shift trading partners, as many of its high-value producing industries struggle to remain competitive globally, and its natural resources no longer freely flow into Europe, an area that has existing infrastructure that allows large quantities of natural gas to flow in from Russia. Just check out this chart. Here is Russia's exports to the EU plus the UK in 2017. and again for 2022, still before a full phase-out. So, Russia's solution? Well, to start with, oil has been heading to India. Just look at the increase in exports of oil to India in this graph. India has helped provide a source of income for Russia, while also helping the global oil market by ensuring that Russian oil is still flowing into the global market and at a cheaper price. It's like some 3D chess move being played by India right now. But this trade relationship, although beneficial for Russia's economy, is not going to be able to get certain highly advanced products into Russia, as many of these highly specialized products are produced only in Western nations, anything from brake pads, chip-making machinery, or pharmaceutical goods. Essentially, not all trade is the same. Selling oil to India helps grow the economy, but does not replace high-tech imports from the USA or Germany, which will impact Russian productivity and living standards in the long term. So, although Russia's economy is still expected to grow in 2023, many of its industries are still suffering. Hey everyone, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Let's hear some opinions in the comments section below. Do you think Russia's economic data is reliable? Do you think it will grow this year? What industries do you think will suffer or continue growing as the current economic situation remains? If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon below. Otherwise, take care. Bye.